why not?
Okay, so I first came across your work earlier this year, and you were very much at that time kind of working through a photographic vision and then combining that photographic vision with the moving image. Maybe you could just let people know how you started to work with the moving image and moving your stills on.
Yeah, it happened back in 2008, and a friend of mine who is a filmmaker, Barney Greenwood, many years ago he used to edit Ridley Scott's adverts, I think, and he and I had worked together for a while, and I was shooting stills, and I'd not even thought about shooting moving pictures, and he rang me up and he said, "Clive, have you seen this new camera?" And I was shooting on the 5D at the time, and I said no, and he said, "Well, go and have a look at this." And at that point I started to look at Vincent, as everyone looked at Vincent Laforet's work in the States, and was just amazed, because I thought, for the first time you've got a video system that looks like film, and I thought, well, yeah, I should be doing something with this. And I then thought, well, you can't just take one of these cameras and just take it out and just willy-nilly do stuff with it. So I looked for a project, and at the time I've been working with Roxandra Linchich, fashion designer. I've been doing a lot of backstage work with her at London Fashion Week. And I approached her and said, look, would you mind if I came along and shot backstage with this new camera? At the time I didn't know you couldn't buy these cameras. I mean, they weren't even available. So I approached Frankie Jim, and Frankie said, well, let's put a proposal to, I think it was Canon Europe at the time, and we did, and they said, yeah, sure. And lo and behold, a pre-production 5D2 arrived at my agent's office, and off I went, and quite literally I just put this camera on a monopod and just shot video with it, and was staggered at how easy it was. I even pulled focus, and I was just doing it all off the back of the monitor. Of course, things have changed now with the advent of Zacuto and Red Rock and Arri and all the other guys.
Yeah. But you were very open to the idea initially of, and excited by the project of being able to shoot moving image with a DSLR, and yet a lot of photographers are either nervous about taking that up or just think it's not the right thing for them. Why do you think you were so open to moving so swiftly? Well, you know, it's the moment you got the camera, you instantly embraced it. What was it, you think, in your work that made you do that?
Well, I have to say I was a little nervous at the beginning. I mean, I have to give a lot of thanks to Barney for really twisting my arm, and then Frankie for saying, yeah, I think it would be good to try it. And it was very much a test. When I took this camera it was at the V&A. They run a series called Fashion in Motion, and we were in the Raphael gallery. So you can imagine, we got the most sensational location.
Yeah.
But it was very low light, and I did my normal thing of using primes and very wide apertures, and I knew nothing about how to shoot video with this camera. 20 years ago, I did used to shoot video.
Right.
I used to...
So there was a little bit of knowledge and experience.
Yeah, for sure. I used to work with BBC, and I used to shoot, in those days, it was very much adventure stuff. I would be either on a mountain, let's say I was shooting Blue Peter, I was shooting for Blue Peter on the Eiger, or I'd be in the Arctic, and I'd make short films, or shoot for TV. But that sort of petered out due to the problems with quality, with High 8 and Super VHS. It just wasn't broadcast.
But a lot of photographers would say that that was the reason why, because you had that base knowledge that you were able to transfer. But you don't think that really made any difference at all?
No, not in the slightest. I think I would have been very foolish not to have both taken this opportunity and created this opportunity, because our careers are about, you know, opportunity.
Yeah.
And sometimes you see the opportunity, sometimes you create the opportunity. For the most part, I think it's a little bit of both, but you're really looking to create opportunity. And when I'd seen what Vincent had done in the States, and I'd also sort of not spoken with Vincent, but at the time he was talking to my agent, and I'd seen the results of this work, and I thought, well, if I don't jump in now, then it would be madness, because the talks that I'm giving here for Canon talk about the word passion. I'm incredibly passionate about both the still and the moving image. and with the prime, because I predominantly use prime lenses, and the combination of a Canon Prime with a 5D2, or now we almost exclusively use the Mark IV, there's a magic to these pictures that it just looks like feature films. And now, more recently, we were starting to work with feature films people.
Well, I mean, it's interesting because we were talking to Ed Webster this morning, who's the creative director of photography for Channel 4, and he was saying that he very much sees the future as being able to do both stills and moving image, but that